Well, he says his time in the Nevada legislature has taught him how to deal with different viewpoints.
And how being pragmatic, as he puts it, is the key to success in Congress. Jim Rogers continues his conversation with congressional candidate Dr. Joe Heck.
It's interesting to me how advertising people are so clever and effective at taking one set of facts and coming up with two different approaches. And this morning on my own station, I was watching two ads. One in favor of Dina Titus, which said you should call her and thank her for all of the things that she's done on the health care issue, and the other one saying you should call and tell her not to do that because this is a disaster. How do you and Dina differ, as far as you know?
Well, I think that I bring to the table a vast array of real-world experiences. You know, right now we're tackling issues with the economy. I'm a small business owner. I know what it's like to try to make a payroll, provide health care benefits, pay my taxes. And so, you know, I struggle with the same issues that many small businesses are struggling with right now in Southern Nevada. The big debate right now is health care in Washington, D.C. As you know, I've worked as a physician, as a healthcare educator, as a healthcare administrator, and I've dealt with those issues for so long that I think I have a much better and deeper understanding. Just like when we tried working on the health sciences system, when we served on the medical education and research committee that Governor Gwynn had, you know, it's that kind of breadth of knowledge that is missing from the debate on health care in Washington, D.C. And I think the other major issue that we see kind of building and crescendoing now is what are we going to do in Afghanistan? You know, national defense, national security. I've served, still serving, 19 years in the reserves. I've had the honor to command troops, tour of duty in Iraq, 2 prior tours of active duty, master's degree in strategic studies from the Army War College. So I think I have a firm understanding of what's necessary to make sure that we secure our homeland and provide support to our military service members. And that's the background that I want to bring to Washington, D.C., along with the ability to sit down and formulate common sense solutions to the problems that we're seeing. Just as we've discussed in the prior segments, you know, how to tackle the healthcare problem incrementally, doing certain things, reassessing where we are, and then seeing where we need to go, as opposed to coming in with a 1,990-page bill that's going to cost $1 trillion over 10 years.
You know, one of the things I've always admired about you is your ability or not to be confrontational, that you've managed to get along with people regardless of what their political philosophies were. So you mind to expand on that a little bit, because I get very concerned about the head knocking that continues to go on and doesn't seem to do a damn thing.
Well, excuse me, when you get too many people talking at each other as opposed to talking with each other, nothing gets accomplished. And you know, my time in the state Senate, I think, enabled me to bring that type of skill to the table. You know, let's build consensus. Let's work. Let's find what the common ground is, and let's build on that for the betterment of all Nevadans, now for all Americans, as opposed to staying confrontational, staying ideological. You've got to stay true to your principles and your values, but you've got to be pragmatic and look at how we're going to tackle the tough issues that our country and our state are facing. And so it's that ability, I think it goes back to my degree in education. My undergraduate degree was in education. I thought I was going to be a teacher until I actually did my student teaching. Yeah. And I thought it takes a very special person to spend 6 to 8 hours a day in a classroom with children. And I realized I wasn't that person. But going through that training, I think, gave me the ability to have that mindset where you've got to work together to attain a common goal. And certainly through my military career, that's a big part of that. Laying out strategic plans, getting people around the table, the stakeholders, and making sure that we come up with what's good for everyone.
Why are we so confrontational at this point? What's done it?
You know, I think it's just a matter of everybody wanting to get that one-upsmanship. You know, we're circling around for the last administration, the last 8 years. People thought more should have been done in certain areas, less should have been done in other areas. Now we've seen a change in administration, a change in the majorities, and so the other side is coming in full force, trying to bring back the issues to their side of the aisle, and I think that just naturally sets up confrontation.
So do you think that you have the qualities that will allow you to participate in dealing with both sides of the aisle?
I believe I do, and I certainly did when I was in the state Senate, you know, working on issues on both sides of the aisle to reach the common good for everyone.
I appreciate it. Tomorrow let's talk about jobs.
Okay.